You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
The snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyreek Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's Dory! It's Dory! Got a touchdown! Dory's got a touchdown! Oh my! Dory's got a touchdown!
Hands it off to Harmon. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Ladies and gents, welcome to another episode, or the first episode of Game Day Eve. Brethren, how y'all doing?
Good. It's good to see you guys. Happy Friday from Gainesville. Happy Friday.
Dan, one of our guest pickers called you out.
He did. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. He put my
hotel,
spot
nice
up.
hotel, new hotel. You put your spot up. You doxed yourself, and then Graham doxed your bank account.
It's
While it must be surging to be.
it's
in
my
that
trust
hotel that
fund.
you're at.
It's the trust fund that the internet was told about years ago. Happy Game Day Eve, a new show from Stadium and Gale. We're going to have Graham Hall and Shannon Snell joining the program in probably 15 or 20 minutes to make some picks with us. And we're going to try to bring on some guests each and every week to do exactly that. Anyway, guys, how are you guys feeling about the game tomorrow? While I let housekeeping know I'm busy. Hold on.
This what problems Dan has. Mondays, it's oh no, my food's being delivered to the penthouse. Today, in another penthouse, it's the butler coming.
Dude, it's just room service for a hotel.
Okay,
Anyway.
okay.
All right. Well, Game Day Eve, we're going to talk a little bit about USF. We're going to get into some game day picks for games outside of the USF game. Then we're going to do some over-unders. This is not really any different than what we used to do on our old show, but instead of our old show being 3 hours long, we're going to split this into two different shows. So we're super excited. And with that, we are going to welcome a new sponsor for Game Day Eve this year. You have heard about them before. It's the Dicus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group. These folks have decades of Florida law experience. They used to work for the insurance companies, and so now they are working for you against the insurance company. So whether it is property, insurance claims, pipe leaks, wind, hail, hurricanes, sinkhole damage, or even personal injury, they have your back. Based out of St. Petersburg, Florida, servicing all of Florida, it's the Dicus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group. You can reach them at 727-258-0043 or dicusburke.com. Again, that's Dicus, Burke, and Lewis Law Group, 727-258-0043. Guys, tomorrow, 4:15, the Gators will be matched up against the USF Bulls. USF comes in with a 1-0 record with a win over Boise State last Thursday. Did you guys get the chance to watch that game much?
Yeah, that was like first kickoff. Everyone was over there fiending for football at the time. So, yeah. And then I think a little shocking. USF looks really good. They have a great coach, and I think, they'll get it going. I always said this about USF, like Scott Frost first time around. Jordan, I think you agree with me on this. Like, there's too much talent in the state of Florida. You can get guys to go home. Like, the big three can't take them all. And if you can just get a coach to get guys to stay at the crib and not go to Louisville, not go to Georgia Tech, not go to TCU and just stay home, that you could make one of those USF, UCF, one of those schools really, really good. And Alex Golish might be doing that at USF.
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, I don't feel like Boise State's to stay there last year. I feel like they definitely weren't well running the football in the game that I was watching. kind of hard to win games when you can't run the football in this league or in college, let alone. So I feel like this would be a nice one for the Gators. I honestly think it'll be a good test for us as well because they have a mobile quarterback who is very tough to stop just regardless of how good they are. Any dual threat quarterback is a tough matchup. So I'm interested to see what our defense will do. They have a tough matchup in that regard. I just see us offensively being able to click and do whatever we need to do. Maybe we'll be able to establish the line of scrimmage a little bit better this week, given that we're a little bit more hungry. So and I'm excited for this one, man. A good Florida rivalry, not a real rivalry, but you know what I mean. All Florida schools, like you mentioned, it's a lot of guys down here. So I'm sure it's a lot of friends on either or teams ready to play each other and hyped up to kind of get this Florida game rolling.
Well, you would know. One-time FAU commit, another rival.
Yeah, you ain't lying about that one, man.
Well, what is that? Because you face some of those smaller in-state schools. What do they come in with that extra chip? Do they come in like you're going to get their best game? Even it's going to be under the rosters don't match up.
Right? Yeah, they're definitely trying to give you their best game, man. That's almost like their championship. Maybe even if they do make it to their own conference championship, beating a team like Florida or Miami or Florida State, either one of those big three schools as a USF or a UCF or a FIU, that's like your championship kind of game. So I imagine these kids coming in here trying to play really hard, coming into the swamp as well. You know, everybody's trying to show up and show out, especially for the guys going to the NFL. They see this as a game where scouts will be watching him heavily. So if I was a kid at USF, I would be trying to go my hardest as well. So
yeah, obviously Byron Brown, their quarterback, injured last year, but he started this season 16 of 24, 210 yards, 0 interceptions, also rushed 14 times for 43 yards. Florida has had some trouble over the years under Billy Napier against dual threat quarterbacks. We think that this defensive line, the linebacking group is maybe a little bit more athletic or maybe a little bit more capable, but do you guys see Florida having any trouble with Byron Brown tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, like I mentioned, I kind of feel like it'll be a good test for our defense, but I do think it's something that we'll be able to handle eventually. I feel like we have a much better pass rush than Boise State had, so we'll be able to get to them just with 4. I think us being able to do that will kind of help us on the back end and giving them boys some more help back there, so it can kind of confuse them and force them to hold the ball a little bit longer. So, yeah, I think we should do pretty good defensively against him.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to setting the edge as well and staying patient. It's not just in the run game, in a traditional run game, but setting the edge, not getting past the quarterback, because you have to play 11 on 11 with a guy like Byron. So I saw a lot of that from George Gums. We talked about him, talking about him getting 8 million sacks this year, and then other people talking about him having a good year. I saw a lot from him last week of setting the edge, not getting overzealous to go and get numbers, to get TFLs, to get sacks, to like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to hold the tackle, make sure the play gets funneled inside. Saw a lot of that from him. I know Sapp can do that, and those guys outside. So it will be a good test, and I like that you get this look because in 4 weeks, you have to go down to Texas A&M, and Marcel Reed kind of ran all over Florida last year when he was a freshman. So this is kind of get you a look for somebody you're going to get down, in the future.
100%.
Yeah, there's some comments in the chat about Alex Golish. So this is what he said about Florida. He said on Friday, we moved on. We used Friday and Saturday as essentially a normal Sunday and Monday for us and coaches. We had a year's worth of film, and we certainly have 6 games worth. A new quarterback, DJ Lagwin. We're using that to get ahead. He said Florida is a team that runs extremely well on both sides of the ball, culturally right, in sync offense, certainly in sync defensively, have speed, length, the veteran group, left tackles, another level, special receivers, speed and skill all over. The running back, Jaden Baugh, is a really good player. DJ is a generational talent, high-end arm, high-end with his feet, a calming presence. When you watch a quarterback, you see a young man doesn't get rattled, especially at 18 years old. He said Florida's really impressive defensively. They still have 6 or 7 starters coming back. front that looks really strong along the edges. Linebackers, they run, they hit, length physically. They do a good job of not giving up a ton of plays. Top 20 in sacks, top 20 in the country in takeovers. Obviously, that was for last season. USF did have 8 explosive plays against Boise State. Watching a little bit of that game, explosive plays, 20 yards, or further. Any concern about what you saw with the USF Boise State game that gives you guys concern, or do you think that Boise State may have been a little bit overranked?
Yeah,
You can go ahead.
Go ahead, Corey. Oh.
Well, I missed a little bit there. Shout out to my computer. It died. I didn't have it plugged up. My bad. No, I'm not. I do think Boise State was overrated. Was definitely a lack of talent on that roster as I watched the game last week. I didn't think they were a very talented team. Didn't see a lot of explosive players, not a lot of speed. USF quarterback run game, that whole thing could be a problem. I think in the past, but with the linebackers we have this year, guys that can get sideline to sideline, we have a very fast defense, even off the edge. I don't think it's going to pose the problem that it could have caused in the past. But USF is a talented team.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take anything from them. That was an impressive win, the way they beat Boise last week. So you got to come into this game, like it's an SEC matchup. USF, Golish, those guys are coming in for the upset. They got a quarterback that could cause some issues. If you're not on your game, he's a scrambling quarterback. He's a dynamic guy when he gets outside of the pocket. He looked fast against Boise. He's not going to look as fast versus these linebackers and defense that we have. So I think we should cover the spread. But Billy does play down the competition a little bit, so I wouldn't bet on it. But we should technically cover that spread, which is 17.5.
The short version of that was looked sweet on Thursday, won't be sweet Saturday.
Some other players to be on the lookout for: Jalen Schuler, linebacker, probably their best player on defense, 14 tackles, a tackle for loss, a PBU, and a fumble recovery. And then their wide receiver, Chaz Nimrod, is no relation to Nimrod Tishman, former Florida Gators basketball legend, 96 yards in game 1. Alex Golish from the from the Tennessee lineage there, was the offensive coordinator in the first couple years under Josh Heupel. I maintain that if Byron Brown didn't get injured last year, Alex Golish would be coaching somewhere else probably this year. Struggled a bit last year. Byron Brown with Jaden Daniels 2 years ago, the only 2 quarterbacks with over 3,000 yards passing and 800 yards rushing in a season. So definitely a team to look out for. Like Corey mentioned, spread in this game is 17.5 points. The money line right now is approximately UF minus 1,000, USF plus 640 or 660. And so that's where they're at. Over under is somewhere between 55.5 and 56.5, depending on where you take it. So let's get into some picks. With that, we're going to welcome former Florida Gators legend, offensive lineman, and welcome back to the Tampa Bay area, Shannon Snell. He opened the new Sonny's Barbecue up there in the North Tampa area. And then Graham Hall, who's been on the show a number of times before. Graham, Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you guys having me. How y'all boys doing today?
Vibing.
Good.
Vibrations. I see you with the hair, Graham. What's up with it, baby?
What's up, man? You got to rock the curls while you got them.
I'm about to rock mine. I'm about to take mine on in a second.
Join me.
Oh, man.
We have a better hair day here, man.
I know. I wish I had a better hair day. We're working on it. Modern medicine, baby. All right. So, Shannon, want to get your thoughts. Did you get the chance to watch USF last week?
I did.
Okay.
I was pretty impressed by him. It's funny because you always don't know what you're going to get when you play a team the first game of the season. It was a trap game for Boise coming into USF to play a team that had a lot to prove. And just being in the Tampa area now, and DK, you know what I'm talking about, is that they're pretty confident. You knock off the number 25 team in the country. Boise wasn't bad. I think the real areas that USF really got better is up front on the offensive line. that quarterback run game, as Corey talked about, is a real problem. And in the past, UF has always had a little bit of an issue with running quarterbacks. So I'm curiously optimistic about what happens this weekend, but we cannot take USF lightly, or it gets a little dicey.
Graham, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I thought USF looked really good. Byron Brown, obviously, a guy who had over 4,000 yards back in 2023, really excels. You got to account for him at all times. I thought they looked good, but I also thought that this is not the 2024 Boise State team whatsoever. I mean, you can see why they chose to run the ball at the rate they did last year. They were just a shell of themselves, honestly. I went back and watched the game. What really stood out to me is they're not great up front. I didn't think their offensive line was really good. They had good play at the tackles, but the interior of the offensive line, I mean, guys like Mekhi Barrow and Jamari Lyons and Brennan Bett, I think they're going to absolutely eat on Saturday. I think that Florida gets pressure routinely and turns this into a double-digit lead at halftime. I think that Florida's going to have a really good chance of getting to a flow offensively as well. DJ Lagway's second game, I don't think it's going to be nearly as close as a lot of people think.
Should cover, huh, Grant?
Hey, don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger if they don't. But it's going to be 15 plus points in my opinion.
We'll blame you.
That's fair.
Always,
I think
blame Graham for doxing me yesterday.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with, because USF brings a good defense as well. So my eye is more on how our offense responds to their defense. I think our defense is going to respond fine with what they're bringing to the table, how they want to attack us. They're going to bring some tempo. But we got a little taste of it last week when we faced LIU, a team that ran the ball very heavily with the quarterback. That's a nice little warm-up for USF. But I'm more concerned, not even concerned. I want to see how our offense responds with a step up in the defense that they're facing, because I think they have a legit defense. Their secondary, I thought, was impressive last week. It was Boise. The athletes aren't the same, but they looked the part, on the defensive side.
Yeah, I kind of feel both ways about it. I kind of agree with you, Graham, on the fact that our D-line will be able to take advantage of those guys, even though the quarterback is immobile.
Tape was too high.
Bro,
you froze. Yeah. Say it again, bro. You froze. Say it again.
Tape was too hot for Al Gore's internet, Jordan. You got to bring it down.
Right, but no, I was saying that just watching the game last week, man, I kind of saw that really Boise was getting back there. The defensive line was kind of finding ways to get pressure on him and get some quarterback hurries on him. Even though he is a mobile quarterback, it was still seeming like it was taking long for him to get the ball out of his hands. I don't know if that was because of the pass rush was getting back there fast, or he's actually holding on to the ball too long. So interested to see how D-line will play this game and get after him. I think they'll do a really good job. And on us on the offensive end, I also feel like the USF's DBs, I don't know how strong that is. When you mentioned that, Corey, I feel like I just kind of thought about it a little bit more. I don't know how strong that is, in my opinion, because I feel like really Boise State was kind of getting some gains through the air more than on the ground. So I feel like with a quarterback like Lagway and our receiving core, I'm pretty sure this would be a game that they'll be able to click and get some big highlight plays.
When I said I just looking at their DBs, they got 6'2" guys I thought ran well, defend the ball in the air well. I think they're coached good by DeMarcus Van Dyke, but we should be able to take advantage of those guys. We should be able to attack USF in a balanced way and be able to take our shots, down the field. But it's just something I got my eye on.
For sure.
But yeah, Boise don't have receivers like that for sure.
No, Boise lost 21 seniors. They lost the best player in program history. I would not be surprised if Boise State is under 500 this year. I don't know who they play. I mean, I have an idea because of the division or conference they play in, but I don't see that as a good team. So
they got Dan Mullen.
Ooh, he's been struggling a little bit over there.
He's still on vacation.
All right, let's get into some picks. So we're going to go around. Everybody gets a pick. We've got 3, 6, 8, 9 of them. So let's get in. Over under is 55.5. Nick, you taking the over or under?
Under.
Jordan.
Under. Florida's defense shows up.
Okay.
I'm rolling with the under here as well. I think it'll be just a little shy, like 50s, but not up to 55.
Okay. I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take the over 55.5. I think Florida puts up some points in this game. Corey.
Very possible.
Yeah, I think we put up some points, but I think defense shuts. I'm not gonna say shut them out, but I think they put the beat the brakes off USF offense. I think defense is gonna come out chumping. Give me the under. So I think we can get in the 30s, maybe early 40s. I just don't think USF gonna score a lot.
Okay, Graham.
Yeah, I went with the under. I went 35-20 when I made my prediction at our site. I think it's going to be right there at 55. And I think you guys made a good point about, Billy Napier is not someone who's really going to run the score up a ton. So I think even if they limit USF to, 14, 17 points, is Florida going to score more than 40 points in this game just with the intention of getting some younger guys in, the game plan that we've seen out of Napier? I think Florida wins comfortably, but I don't know if they're going to run it up and cover 55.5.
Right.
Okay. Shannon.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the final score is 38 to 14. I think so. I'm going with the under. I think Florida does come out and they send some pressure. I think USF scores a little bit late. Florida kind of tends to dial it down a little bit once they're ahead. So I call it 38-14. I'll take the under.
Okay. Wow.
You said 38-14, and I literally, like, the hamster started running in my head. I'm like, is that the
over
or the under? Yeah, I was struggling.
That was the under.
Under. We got 5 unders and 1 over. All right. I might start out 0-1 here. All right. Spread 17.5 is what I have it now. I think the Gators cover the spread. Nick.
Yes. Cover the spread.
Jordan.
Yes, sir. We cover that thing.
I'm going to say yes as well. Corey.
Yeah, we cover.
Graham.
I got to break away. I went with no. I think 35-20 is a likely score. I think they just barely miss out on covering that spread.
Okay.
That's not a bad bet, bro.
Yeah, I think they cover the spread. I'm firmly believing Florida will find a way to pull away early or have a late touchdown and cover the spread.
Okay. All right. We've got 5 against 1 on the first 2. So hopefully this one adds a little bit more here. Lagway right now, 265.5 yards, according to the betting markets right now. We take an over under. Nick.
All purpose or passing?
Passing.
Over.
Okay. Jordan.
Over.
I'm going to go under. I think we run the ball well. Okay.
Hater.
Corey.
I'm gonna go over. It don't take that many explosives to get us there with what I think we got. So just give me the over.
Graham.
I hate to sound like a hater, man, but I'm going under. I'm with you that I think that Florida gets more than 200 yards rushing. I could see Lagway with 220 yards passing, something like that. I don't know if he hits 265, but with their ability to be explosive, it's possible.
Shannon.
Yeah, I'm with Graham. I'm thinking they go for 225 plus on the ground rushing. Lagway is somewhere in the 180 to 200 yard range throwing. So I think they're going to run the ball pretty well this weekend.
All right. At least that one was split 3-3. Jaden Ball right now, betting market is 74.5 rushing yards in this game. Nick, over under.
I mean, I told you 2,000 yards between the two running backs. I will be over on every running back over under all year long. Jaden Baugh over because I need 100 yards every week.
You're going to will it to happen. I love it.
Putting it out there.
Jordan, over under 74.5.
This is a no-brainer, fellas. Come on. You know my running back's going over, baby.
We got a back and a lineman on the show. Up the bets. Up the bets for the running number.
I got over for 74.5. I like Jaden Baugh for a clean, crisp 109 yards this game. Corey.
My bad. I'm describing sidetrack. What's the over on there?
74.5.
Rushing?
Yeah, for Jaden Baugh.
Oh, give me the over.
Okay, Graham.
I think over for sure too. I think he hits like 124 in this contest. You know, run the ball, man. Run Jaden Ball. He's elite.
Shannon, I know. I'm just putting.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over. I think he goes for 115 and 2 touchdowns.
All right. Byron Brown, quarterback of USF. Right now, betting markets have him at 42.5 rushing yards against this Florida Gators defense. Nick, over under Byron Brown, 42.5 yards rushing.
Do they take away sack yardage from passing, or do they take it away from rushing?
For this one, I think I don't think that they count sacks. I don't think they count pocket sacks. I think if you break the pocket, it counts as a rush. I'd have to double check, but
all right, I'm going to go.
That's just
over.
whatever the betting markets count. You know, I didn't create the line. I'll get more details next week.
Thank you. I'm going to go over. He'll have like a big explosive, and then a couple that add up.
Okay, Jordan, 42.5 rushing yards for Byron Brown.
Yeah, I'm going over. I'm figuring he'll probably sneak out a couple times, but ultimately he'll probably be the leading rusher on the team.
Likely, I'm going to go under. I think Florida's edges and linebacker group keep him a little bit more in check than they previously have been. He didn't do that much. He didn't even have that many yards, or he had right around that many yards against Boise State. I think Florida's better defensively and going to keep them from having the ball as much as they did against Boise State. So I'm going to go under. Corey.
I appreciate your intel, Daniel. I'm going to go under as well.
Okay. Graham.
I'm going to go over. I go back to that 2023 season. He had more than 800 yards on the ground. But I'm with you, Nick, especially that I think it's just going to be one play. It's going to be a busted play, turns nothing into something. Maybe has a couple other 3-yard rushes in there as well. But I think he'll pick up at least one play of 30-plus yards on the ground and hit that over.
Until he gets smoked by Bryce Thornton and fumbles the ball.
I need that boy to run my alley with aggression this week.
Shannon, over under Byron Brown, 42.5 yards.
I'm going to go the over, and I think he'll hit the over in the first half.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll double down on that. I think he'll hit the over. I think they're going to try to establish a run game. And as Jordan said, I think he's going to be the leading rusher, but they're going to make it a point to try to get him involved early and often.
They must not like him. His well-being. They don't like his well-being because I do think that's going to be one of the keys to their game. If he can get loose and make it interesting, but I just don't like our linebackers. Our defense should be fast, and they come in with bad intentions. So if they want to see Byron finish this season because he didn't finish last, I think they may want to protect him and get out of here safe. But we'll see.
Them boys putting it on the line, man. They playing Florida. They gonna run the hell out of that boy.
They should have hell off.
It might just be just that too, Jordan. All on the line.
They gotta look at Miles Graham on the other side of that line. I like him to be stymied in the first half. All right, sacks. Gators sacks. Didn't get a sack against LIU. Obviously, LIU didn't give Florida the opportunity to have a lot of sacks in the way that they play called the game. Over under 1.5 sacks by this Gators defense. Nick. Brother, you have George Gums with like 791 sacks this year, so I think you have the over.
Yeah, you got to start getting some numbers in, bro, to make it add.
Yeah, but at some point I need to start playing the other side of the fence. Like at some point I need to hedge. So
whatever you do in your personal time, Nick, is not,
straddling the fence. Let's go over.
Okay, over.
Let's go over.
Jordan,
the pommel horse.
Over for sure.
I like the Gators for 4 sacks, so I'm going to go over. Corey.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Give me the over. 3-4 sacks. Gums coming out party. Let's go.
Never want to party with gums in it. Graham.
I'm going over as well. I'm with you. 4 sounds like a good number. Interior offensive line, not good. Florida gets pressure routinely. Sacks Brown. I think they get 3 sacks in the first half.
Talk greasy, Graham.
That's what had to bring it.
Shannon.
I'm going to take the over. They didn't have any sacks last week. I think they make it a point to try to get to the quarterback, and they're going to have to. So Florida 5, maybe 6 sacks.
There it is. Turnovers. Gators get 2 in the fumble recovery department last week. Over under 1.5 in this game. Get the Gators get 1.5 turnovers or more or less. Nick.
Over. I'm just positive today.
Nick, you have gone over on everything except for spread. I like it. Or over under, I'm sorry. Jordan.
I think I'm going to go with the under here. I think they'll be right at 1 and just kind of hold it right there.
I'm going to go 2. So I'll go with the over. Corey.
Give me over, bro. Give me like 3 of them things, bro. He ain't the best of pocket passes. I think we could keep him in the pocket. And when he decides to get out of the pocket, I think we could get him in some vulnerable situations, get some script sacks, etc. Mark me down for the over. I think we get like 3.
All right.
2 picks in the
Graham.
I'm going over as well. I think Florida gets their first interception of the season. I think they get one in the first half, one in the second. I don't know if they're going to get a fumble recovery, but I think they at least get multiple turnovers on Saturday.
Okay. And then Shannon.
Yeah, I'm with Graham. I think they have multiple turnovers, 3. They'll force a couple fumbles, and they'll pick one off at the end. So give me 3. So I'll take the over.
All right. And then this is just a pick for you guys. Who leads the Gators in receiving yards this game? Nick.
Vernell Brown III.
Okay. Jordan.
I think I got to roll with VB too, man. He's hot right now.
I'm going to go Eugene Wilson. I think this is an opportunity for him to come out.
I love that.
All right. Corey. I need his yak back plate to prove me something this game.
Yeah, he was negative yak last week, so
he was. Yeah, 5 catches, negative 1 yard. Great stat line. What a touchdown!
For the sake of just timeline, the Twitter, Gator, everybody has been waiting for Eugene to look back to freshman form. So I think he figures it out this week. I think the team, the play call, and everything figures it out. He's in that spot that Pearsall and all the guys that ate in the past few years was at. So give me Eugene.
Graham.
I mean, I wanted to go Trey. I wanted to go VB3. I feel like those are they make a ton of sense. I'm going to be a little bit outside the box here, and I'm going to go J. Mike. I think that he's still underrated by Florida fans, especially just because you haven't seen it. You didn't see it in the spring game. You obviously didn't see it last weekend. I think he gets over 60 yards on Saturday.
Okay. And then Shannon.
I'm gonna go with Trey. I don't think he had a great week last week. I think they tried to feature him a little bit. I think he does break out for a big one, maybe takes 160-70 yards. So give me Trey. I think he has a big week this week.
All right. Can
I add one more take to that receiver? I think we bait somebody off of that bubble screen. I don't know if it's this week or if it's next week, but it's so bad they got to be setting up something.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah, it's just too bad to keep doing it, bro. Like, it's like, bro, I know Billy's smarter than us in football, bro. Like, I know there's got to be something set up off of that. So just look out for that.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's get into some pick'ems here for the game. I had it pulled up and then I removed the tab. All right, guys. So we've got 5 games that we're going to pick today. Appreciate you guys for giving your takes there. We've got Vanderbilt and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, the slight favorite, but also not the team that people in Vegas are picking. So Virginia Tech versus Vanderbilt. Nick, who do you got?
Vandy. Anchor down.
Vandy. Jordan.
I'm rolling with Vandy too.
Clark Lee, new head coach at Alabama, maybe?
Nope.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Virginia Tech. I'm gonna go Virginia Tech this one. Corey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Virginia Tech. I like the quarterback over there. I haven't watched Vandy play this year, but I do like Virginia Tech's quarterback. They had a tough matchup last week with South Carolina. They fared pretty decently considering where South Carolina's ranked at. So I think they pull it off this week. We'll see if Jones, gets back to his pre-injury form.
Yeah, I like that. Graham.
Yeah, I think this is a close game. I think it's going to be decided by 3 points or less. I think that Vanderbilt narrowly pulls it out. SEC football, baby. I think Kyron Jones is a really good quarterback, though. So if they can't account for him, they're in some trouble. But I'm going with Vanderbilt in a close one.
Like it. Shannon. Oh, we lost him. We'll catch him back up. I think he's probably going to Wi-Fi. Baylor and SMU was the next one. SMU, the favorite, heavy Vegas odds as well. Baylor bounced back year at the end of last year under Dave Aranda. SMU obviously made it to the playoff there. Who do you guys like, the fighting Rhett Lashleys or the fighting Dave Arandas? Nick.
SMU. I'm with the Dallas money and not with Chip and Joanne.
That is going to be an egregious amount of NIL that SMU has over the next few years. Just letting you guys know. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with SMU too, man. I think they got speed over there. Speed kind of kills. So I think they'll end up just beating guys with speed and being able to get some explosive plays off.
I like SMU. Corey.
Yeah, I like SMU as well. I love Rhett Lashley. I think both teams were high in the tempo, stat. They were both in the top 10 tempo-wise, so it should be a fast-paced games. As long as both teams are getting first downs. But if somebody start getting some defensive stops, then it could get weird. But should be a good offensive game. Rhett Lashley, the quarterback situation out there. Everybody they getting from Miami, they turned them into studs. Chris Johnson looked really good last week. I don't know if you saw that run, Jordan, but he put
true. So I said between that quarterback, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. So give me SMU.
Graham.
Yeah, I'm also going SMU. I think they just have better athletes, quite honestly. I don't think Baylor's defense is a true, Dave Aranda defense. I think it's gonna be a frustrating year for Baylor, which is tough, man. I don't want Dallas Baker to go through a situation like that, as good of a guy as he is, but I don't think that they are going to be able to contend with SMU.
You know what I love about Dallas Baker is no matter where he's coaching, he still pumps up the Gators. Like he's still all about the Gators.
He's positive. He's positive too. They'll get smoked by like 50 points, and he'll come on with a nice Bible scripture the next Sunday morning.
God is good. We woke up today, chance to get better.
Yes, sir.
I love Dallas Baker. Shannon, we missed you for the first. Vanderbilt, Virginia Tech. Who do you got? Oh man, we lost him again.
Yeah, my boy might need.
We got that Obama phone.
Oh man, poor guy.
Just a beautiful picture of him.
Yeah. All right, we got Michigan and Oklahoma, probably the big game of the year. Number 15, Michigan, and then Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the heavy favorite in this one. A lot of money in Vegas running to Oklahoma as well. Michigan, Oklahoma. Who do you guys got? Nick.
I'm gonna go
Heisman
Michigan
favorite John Mateer.
Heisman favorite. Ooh.
Currently, I know.
I'm gonna go.
Speaking of betting, it's a good time to talk about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What does John have on the game? Who's John taking?
Somebody check his Venmo.
I'm gonna go Michigan. Michigan on the road.
Wow, that's because your best friend went to Michigan. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Michigan, man. I'm afraid the public.
Hail to the victors.
I'm going OU big over Michigan. Corey.
Yeah, I think Mateer's going to be in the Heisman talk all season. They're at home. Michigan got to take a freshman quarterback on the road. Could be too hostile. Freshman quarterback, young quarterbacks have struggled early in the season so far from what I've seen. Give me Oklahoma. I think that pace, they're very explosive. They're very efficient with Mateer. I like Oklahoma big.
Graham.
I'm going Oklahoma. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than Corey thinks. Bryce Underwood should be better in his second start, but he had over 250 yards passing and a touchdown in week 1. I think he makes some good plays, but I think Oklahoma pulls away, wins the game by like 7 to 10 points ultimately, SEC, right?
Hell yeah, great. All right. Arizona State, Mississippi State. Got 2 more to go. Arizona State, Mississippi State. Nick.
Arizona State.
Jordan.
Mississippi State.
Okay. I like Arizona State. Big again.
Yeah. I'm going to fade Mississippi State any chance I get.
Corey.
Arizona State.
And Graham.
Yeah, Arizona State. Jeff Lebby's going to get it turned around at some point in Starkville, but it's not Saturday.
It's like trying to find a point in a circle. He'll figure it out at some point.
I like Kenny Dillingham, man. I think if he sticks around, I know he went to Arizona State. I know he's got the connection there. I think he can turn Arizona State into something. Shannon, you there?
I'm here. Yeah. So
all right, we got you.
Yeah, right here.
We
can't take that.
Rapid fire.
Listen, Shannon. Shannon, you can't just be walking around everywhere with that Obama phone, bro. They told you when they gave it to you, you got to sit still during conversations. See, he moved his head. He moved his head and went out. You see? You see?
Oh no!
I don't know what's
I mean,
going on.
that's elite cinema right there. That's elite cinema right there. Shannon, your video cut off the second Corey asked you that question. You're going to respond if you can still hear it.
That probably was a good thing.
All right, Shannon, we got your audio here. Did you want Vanderbilt or Virginia Tech?
Give me Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, that Diego Pavia, he's a pretty good quarterback, man. I think he's going to lead them, and I think he's going to do well. Give me Vandy.
Okay. Baylor, SMU.
Oh, SMU. SMU's got a good run game, and Baylor's not very good. Man, I hate to say that in Dallas, my boy, but Baylor is just not a very good team right now. SMU is just they're more talented.
Michigan, Oklahoma.
Give me Michigan. I think Michigan's run game has gotten better. They picked up the kid from Alabama, and he took off last week. I think they're going to do really well. I think they're going to run the ball a lot, and Oklahoma still can't defend anybody.
Okay. And then Arizona State, Mississippi State.
I got to go
Talk
SEC.
crazy about Snell. Not my video out. The heck?
See,
the Obama Wi-Fi. All right.
I'll take Mississippi State.
Jordan, you got to hold it down, man. Us black people having a bad day with the internet, bro. Hold it down. Blank out.
All right. Then we got the Cy-Hawk Trophy final game, guys. Iowa State, Iowa. Iowa State is favored in this one.
What the heck?
By a lot. 92% of the money in Vegas is going to Iowa State right now.
Fading them.
Nick's talking. I don't know.
The line's like 3 or something, isn't it?
Yeah. I was talking more about where the money's going. Sorry. We got a minus 170 money line though, compared to plus 145.
Fade the public. Give me the plus 145. Iowa Hawkeyes. Shout out to punting. Should be a great day. Should be a great day from the special teams and the punters.
Switch cameras.
Jordan, Iowa State or Iowa?
Yeah, I'm fading the public here again, man. I think I'm around with the Iowa boys.
I lived in Iowa City for a couple years after college. I got to go with my Hawkeyes.
Nice.
Corey.
I was off the camera for a second. Who?
Iowa versus Iowa State. Cyclones versus Hawkeyes.
Oh, rivalry. Let me just go. I don't have any breakdown of these two teams. Just give me Iowa though, just because Brad Banks went there. He from Belgrade. Just simple stuff. I don't really care. Shout out to Brad.
Shout out to the flyover states. Graham, who do you got?
I'm going Iowa State. I think that they've already played 2 games. This is their third one. They're more experienced. I like Rocco Beck. I'm going Iowa State.
Big win in Dublin for Iowa State. And then Shannon, Iowa State.
I'm gonna take the Cyclones. Iowa's offense still has a lot left to prove. They can play defense, but they're never for years they haven't been good offensively. So they got to prove it. But I'm gonna take Iowa State. Iowa State's a good team.
Iowa State is a good team. All right, boys, that wraps up the end. We got a question here. Do you think we're gonna see Tramel Jones in this game?
Yes. fourth quarter?
No, yeah, it may be really late, and it may not be worth like him except for handing the ball off a few times. I think this game somewhat stays relevant until maybe the midway to the end of the third quarter, and at that point in time, I think they're trying to pad DJ's stats.
Yeah, I mean, you got LSU coming up next week in Baton Rouge. I think you got to try to give DJ as much opportunity he can to play in this game. All right, guys.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead,
Hold on. I want to. We get a lot about your hair. This is a positive comment.
I know. I posted that from my burner account.
We've got to celebrate.
It says DK.
It does. It is Dan's burner account. I might have been hoodwinked. I might have been bamboozled by Dan.
Hey guys, just quick PSA. We were talking about it before the show. If you see me in the bathroom, it's an awesome, and I do appreciate you guys.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Saying hello.
When in the bathroom,
let's wait.
And
tap them up.
It's a part of your brand, bro.
At this tap them up. Shake hands.
I almost think it is. Like I
almost think if you do a stall, you have permission to peek over and say, "Hey, Dan, love the show."
They can't come by and say, "How's it hanging?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
if you don't want to be talked to in public, don't be in a public bathroom, bro.
Yeah, Dan.
Good point. I just go to a place with private bathrooms. That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Justin. You get the show. Keep saying hi to Dan in bathrooms. Introduce yourself. Tell him in long form. Tell him how much you enjoy the show. Make it as long of a conversation as possible while you introduce yourself to Dan in a public restroom.
I do want to give a shout out to Zane at Dragonfly. He was the bartender yesterday. I didn't want the Japanese whiskey. I didn't like the taste. It was a little too peaty. I was like, just give me whatever. He decides to take out the gold bottle of Blanton's and decide that that's what I wanted. It was great, but about $50 more than I thought I was going to be paying for my old fashioned yesterday. So shout out to Zane for the hooking himself up in the restaurant yesterday. But
That's insane.
I mean,
he watched the show and seen that you get your groceries delivered and that skyscraper on the back. It's like, yeah, he can let me upgrade this guy whiskey life.
I think what happened is Justin told Zane what kind of watch Dan was wearing after he met him at the urinal. And then he was like, hey, expensive watch, give him the gold bottle of Bland's.
Watching a watch at the urinal is
that's wild. That's
peeking over.
That's
Yo, I don't know what you're trying to look at, my boy.
I'm just checking out your watch.
Before we head out of here, Nick, Graham, what have you guys heard?
You tell me nice watching them at the urinal. We got to fight.
Hey, is that
wash hands first?
No, but these are hands.
And then we fight.
Would you wait to wash hands?
You got two hands on the watch and 2 hands to fight. Where are we at with injuries, Nick? Any update? Anything public? Graham, I know we're not allowed to talk about it. Everything's
you asking Nick for injury information? Come on.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Nick's part of the ops. He signed an
NDA.
Yeah, Nick's not allowed to say anything.
Yeah, everyone's best shape of their life.
Let's take some wild guesses. Mm-hmm. This is a parody show now going forward.
I think Banks plays. I don't think Dallas Wilson plays. No. What did you say no about, Graham?
I don't think Dallas Wilson plays.
No.
I think Aiden Mizell.
Think Banks plays?
I don't know.
I don't think he plays.
We're gonna have to start reading Nick's facial reactions.
Yeah, I'm telling you what.
Here's the thing.
He's like a poker player. He ain't letting nothing go.
And if he read his facial expressions.
If Banks misses another game, he really deserves the energy that Lagway got all season. We didn't see Banks the last game of the season. Didn't go spring. Really haven't seen him in any action. Like I would say the focus on health and when he's getting back should be like the primary focus of like the team. If he don't play this game, I hope he plays and get warmed up.
Yeah, I think it's
LSU, but
it's important that he gets some reps under his belt, whether it be half or whatever, because it gets real next week for him. So and that interior of LSU's offensive line is no joke. So let's see.
Yeah, my man Stephen Harris is not on the show. and this is from Stephen Harris from the Top 25 show. He says everybody's back and healthy this week. That's what he said. Stephen Harris, the Swamp King guy. What's his Twitter handle? So I can let the people know if they want to go find him.
Famo gang.
Famo gang.
Famo gang, not Famo.
What's up? Any updates on LJ and Pup? They back?
LJ's getting closer. He's getting closer. Pup is, you talked about, the energy that Caleb Banks should have got for DJ. I mean, Grayson Howard's right there as well. Missed spring,
Sure.
Missed a lot of fall camp. They cross-trained Miles Graham, had the green dot on him, but that's an important position for the coach-to-player communication aspect. Not much clarity there. Nick, what do you know?
Nick
subscribe to Florida Victoria, so find out tomorrow morning.
He's the tease on here, man. He knows and he won't tell people.
The fact that Nick went to every practice, all the practices, and gave us just the most vanilla information for months. And then he's like, yeah, Tramel Jones has been the backup quarterback for weeks as we're actively debating it on the show of who's the next guy.
The field.
Nick, hey, live and in color. Nick's doing his job exactly the way he should.
Tramel didn't know he was going to be QB2 until Friday's walkthrough. So, there was no QB2.
Tramel should talk to me more.
Yeah, we knew. Right on the show. Yeah. Corey called it coach back in the spring.
Yeah, Corey knew before Tramel knew.
For sure.
All right, guys, let's get out of here. I think Fletcher Westfall is still in a cast or was in a cast last week, so I don't expect him back. So hopefully these guys will come back for tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely by the LSU game because you need them. Even if the guys are showing out and balling out, you still need the depth, and there's some great talent there that didn't play against LIU. That brings us to the end of our show. Graham Hall, plug where you're at so everybody can follow you and read all your great work.
Yeah, come tell me.
And your hair products.
And harass me on Twitter at Graham Hall. Join the message board. Rip me, whatever you want. Got a lot of content coming. Just grateful to be here, man. Especially with y'all.
Appreciate you, Shannon.
Follow me at The Big Boss on X. But if you are in the Tampa area, or Wesley Chapel, Pasco, I just acquired some ownership into the Wesley Chapel store, Sonny's Barbecue, so you can come see me anytime here.
I'm going to go swing by and see Shannon in the next couple of weeks up there. So go check out Shannon Snell. Go check out Sonny's Barbecue back in the Tampa Bay area. Shannon, we're glad to have you down there. Graham Hall, it's always a pleasure to have you on as well. Jordan, Nick, Corey, it's game day eve. Go Gators. And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Gators.
Appreciate you guys.